everyone. Today's topic is body fluid.
If this video is helpful to you, please like, comment and subscribe my channel and also share it with your friends.
First, introduction. Body fluid is formed by two parts. One is a solid and another is a fluid. In this session, I will discuss about the fluid part of the body. Then, the fluid part in the body formed more than 2 by 3 of the whole body. Then, water is the largest body fluid component of the human body. Body fluid are essential for the homeostasis. And total body fluid in the body is about 40 liter. Body fluid is represent approximately 60% of the total body weight of a person. Then in the next slide, first, what is its definition? Body fluid are the liquid originating from the inside of the body, living organism. So body fluid are present in a liquid form that is originate from the inside of the body's living organism, which are essential for the wide range of the functioning, including transportation, nutrition, oxygen, removing waste product, regulating body temperature and maintaining overall health. Though the hydrostatic pressure and osmotic pressure, our body fluid moves one compartment to the another compartment. For example, this is a cell. This is a cell of an human body. So when it is an inside of the cell, there is present fluid inside of the cell, and this is the outer part of the cell where there is a fluid present. So when there are different types of the nutrition, water that moves inside of the cell or moves outside of the cell, hydrostatic pressure and osmotic pressure helps to the movement of the cell. Then the types of cell. Body fluid can be recognized broadly into two main compartments based on their location. First, intracellular fluid and second, extracellular fluid. Intracellular fluid, I means intra, C means cellular and F means fluid. ICF, intracellular fluid. And ECF, E means extra, C means cellular and F means fluid. So ECF is an extracellular fluid. Then coming to the next slide, there is a intracellular fluid. So we discuss about what is the intracellular fluid and some characteristic of intracellular fluid. Intracellular fluid, ICF, I intra, C cellular and A fluid. The fluid that is present inside the cell are collectively called intracellular fluid. So the fluid that is present inside the cell, it is called intracellular fluid. And then the volume of intracellular fluid is 22 liter and it forms 55% of the total body weight. It is crucial for all cellular process and contain dissolved ions and other molecules. ICF contain large quantities of potassium, magnesium, phosphate, sulfates and protein. So ICF mainly contains potassium, magnesium, phosphate, sulfate and protein, and the pH of ICF is 7.0. Then extracellular fluid. Extracellular fluid or ECF. E means extra, C means cellular and F means fluid. The fluid that is present outside the cell are called extracellular fluid. For example, this is a cell and this is outside of the cell. So the fluid that is present inside the cell are called intracellular fluid and the fluid that is present outside the cell is called the extracellular fluid. Then the volume. Its volume is about 18 liter. It forms 75% of the total body water, which contains a large quantity of the sodium chloride, bicarbonate, glucose, fatty acid, oxygen, and its pH is 7.4. So you see that ICF contains potassium, magnesium, phosphate. That ICF contains large quantities of the potassium, magnesium, phosphate, sulfate and protein, and its pH is 7.0. And in the ECF, its volume is 18 liter and it contains a large quantity of the sodium chloride, bicarbonate, glucose, fatty acid, oxygen, and its pH is 7.4. So the pH of intracellular fluid is more acidic than the extracellular fluid. Then the subdivision. ECF is divided into 5 subunits. First, interstitial fluid and lymph, that is almost 20%, plasma, that is 7.5%, fluid in the bones, that is 7.5%, fluid in dense connective tissue like cartilage, is 7.5% and transcellular fluid that is the 2.5%. In the transcellular fluid include cerebrospinal fluid, intraocular fluid, digestive juice, serous fluid, synovial fluid in joints and fluid in urinary tract. In the serous fluid, there is a intrapleural fluid, pericardial fluid and perineural fluid are included in the serous fluid. Then there is some definition of extracellular fluid. First, interstitial fluid. The fluid that surrounds the cell in the tissue and facilitates the exchanging materials between the cell and blood plasma. So the fluid, it is a type of the fluid that is present in the surrounding of the cells in the tissue and facilitating or helps exchange the materials from between cells and blood plasma. For example, this is a cell and this is a plasma. This is a plasma. So interstitial fluid helps to move the fluid from cell to the plasma and plasma to the cell, and it is present surrounding the cell. It is a cell, so it is present in the surrounding of the cells. Then it forms 20% of the total body fluid. The volume of interstitial fluid is about 12 liter and it contains potassium, electrolytes and other substances. Then lymph, a clear fluid that circulating the lymphatic vessel, crucial for fluid balance and immune system. So lymph is a clear fluid that is circulating in our lymphatic vessel and it helps to maintain fluid balance and immune function. Then plasma. Plasma is the non-cellular part of the blood. It contains protein, electrolyte and other substance. It is about 20% of the ECF. ECF is extracellular fluid. So plasma is a type of the extracellular fluid. Plasma and interstitial fluid have a same composition except for protein which have a large concentration of plasma. So in the plasma and in the interstitial fluid, their composition is same, but the protein level is higher in the plasma. Its volume is about 2.75 liter. Then transcellular fluid. Transcellular fluid or TCF, T trans, C cellular and A fluid. It is a smaller portion of the ECF that is found specially the compartment like CSF, cerebrospinal fluid, synovial fluid and joints, pleural fluid around the lung. So transcellular fluid are mainly present as CSF or cerebrospinal fluid in the joints and pleural fluid surround the lung. It separates other extracellular fluid by the epithelial or connective tissue membrane. So it helps to separate other extracellular fluid by the epithelial or connective tissue membrane. Then it is about 1 to 2 liter of ECF. It forms 2.5% of the total body fluid. Then blood, a complex fluid. So blood is a type of the complex fluid where it is containing plasma, red blood cell, white blood cell, platelets. It is essential for oxygen transportation, nutrition transportation and waste removal and immune response. Then CSF or cerebrospinal fluid. It is found in brain, spinal cord and protect this vital structure. So CSF, cerebrospinal fluid, is mainly found in the brain, spinal cord and helps to protect our brain and spinal cord. Then synovial fluid. It is found in the joint and reduce the friction between the bones. So synovial fluid is found in our joints and helps to reduce the friction between the bones. Then amniotic fluid. It is present, surrounds the fetus and protect the fetus during pregnancy. Then peritoneal fluid. It is located in abdominal cavity. It lubricates and protects the organ. So blood is a complex fluid that is containing plasma, red blood cell and white blood cell and platelet. It is essential for oxygen and nutrition transport. And then cerebrospinal fluid, CSF, that is found in our brain and spinal cord and helps to protect our brain and spinal cord, that is the most vital organ in our body. Then synovial fluid that is found in our joints and reduce the fraction of the bones. Then amniotic fluid that is present, surrounds the fetus and protects the fetus during pregnancy. Then peritoneal fluid that is present in our abdominal cavity and lubricate and protects our organ. Then mucus that protects and lubricate the surface like respiratory and digestive tract. And pancreatic juice aids in the digestion, so it helps in the digestion. Then there is some composition of the body fluid. Body fluid is mainly contains of waters and solid. Solids are divided into the organic and inorganic substance. Organic substances are include glucose, amino acid and other protein, fatty acid and other lipid hormone and enzyme. Inorganic substance sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, chloride, bicarbonate, phosphate and sulfate. So organic substances are glucose, amino acid and other protein, fatty acid and other lipid hormone and enzyme. And inorganic substances sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, chloride, bicarbonate, phosphate and sulfate. So then this is a figure where body fluid component and the movement of the fluid between the different component. So you see that this is the intracellular fluid and that is present almost 22 liters. And this is an extracellular fluid that is present almost 18 liter. And in the extracellular fluid there is present plasma, interstitial fluid and other fluid. So plasma is present is almost 2.75 liter, interstitial fluid that is present 12 liter and other fluid that is present 3.25 liter. Then the total body water is the 40 liter. So body fluid component is the intracellular fluid 22 liter and extracellular fluid is 18 liter. So almost 22 plus 18. So total body water is the 40 liter. And this is the body fluid component and the movement between fluid different component. So you see that intracellular fluid and this is the extracellular fluid. The fluid can move intercellular fluid to extracellular fluid and extracellular fluid to intracellular fluid, and it is moves plasma to interstitial fluid and interstitial fluid to other fluid. So almost all the fluid are moves from each other. Then the distribution of the total body water. The fluid component is intracellular fluid, extracellular fluid, interstitial fluid, transvascular fluid and transcellular fluid, total body water. So in the interstitial fluid, it is in the infant it is about 40%, in the older children it is about 35 to 40%. In the extracellular fluid, it is about 35 to 40%. In the infants and in the older children, it is about 20 to 25%. In the interstitial fluid, there is a less interstitial fluid in the infants, and in the older, it is about 15%. Transvascular fluid, plasma. Infants, there is a less amount is present in the infants, and there is a 5% in the older children. Transcellular fluid. Transcellular fluid in the infants is less. In case of the older children, it is about 1 to 3%. Total body water is, in case of infants, it is 35 to 80%, and in case of the older children, it is about 60%. This is the pie chart about the body fluid, where there is a intracellular fluid is 40%, interstitial fluid is 50%, plasma is 5%, and other fluid is 1.3%. Other fluid is include intracellular fluid, fluid in bones and fluid in connective tissue. So you see that this is an intracellular fluid that is almost 40%. This is an interstitial fluid that is 15%. Plasma that is 5%. And other fluid that is 1 to 3%. And other fluid include transcellular fluid, fluid in bones and fluid in connective tissue. Then the significance of body fluid. First, transportation. Body fluid act as a transport medium to help the movement of the nutrition and other essential substances into the cells. It also helps to carry hormones, enzymes, electrolyte, vitamins and other parts of the body. So, body fluid act as a transport medium and it helps to the movement of the nutrition and other essential component into the cell, and it also helps to carry hormones, enzymes, electrolytes and vitamins from one part to the another part of the body. Then waste removal, eliminating waste product through the excretory system like urination, breathing, sweating. Then maintenance homeostasis. Body cells survive in the fluid medium, internal environment. So in the fluid medium is called the internal environment. So body fluid serves in the fluid medium. It contains glucose, amino acid, lipid, vitamin, iron, oxygen, etc., which is essential for growth and cell function and also helps to maintain homeostasis. Then the metabolic reaction. Body fluid inside the cell forms a medium of various metabolic reactions which are essential for the growth and the functioning activity of the cell. So it helps also metabolic reaction as they act as a medium of various metabolic reaction. So what is the significance of body fluid? It helps in the transportation, waste removal, maintain homeostasis, metabolic reaction. Then it also helps to maintain regulating temperature. It helps to maintain stable body temperature. Our stable body temperature is 37.5 degrees centigrade. Though the sweating and other mechanism maintain tissue structure, fluid inside the body cell is necessary for the characteristic forms and texture of the various tissue. So body fluid is also helps to maintain the texture of the tissue. Then protection, defining against the pathogen and toxin such as the brain and spinal cord CSF. So in the middle of the brain and spinal cord there is a CSF or cerebrospinal fluid that is present inside the brain and spinal cord. Then fetus, there is the amniotic fluid that helps to protect fetus. Then lubrication, reducing the friction between the moving part as the joints. So it also helps to remove the or reducing the friction between the bones in the joints. Then maintaining fluid balance, regulating the fluid and the distribution of the fluid within the body. Then support biochemical reaction, facilitating chemical reaction within the body. So the significance of body fluid, it also helps in the transportation, waste removal, maintenance homeostasis, metabolic reaction, temperature, maintain tissue structure, protection, lubrication, maintaining fluid balance, supporting biochemical reaction. So these all are the significance of our body fluid. So that's all are about this.